What's up, y'all? I'm Kerry.
And I'm Dee Dee.
And this is the Kerry and Dee Dee Show.
What's up, people?
So, earlier I heard a comment, and it made me just think. Someone, in the 15 kid thing, they said that her boyfriend who got put in jail, the baby daddy of 10 of the children, was her fiance.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to know what constitutes a fiance? Like,
when somebody asks you to marry them.
Yeah, when they ask you to marry and you have a plan to get married at some point, be it 1 year, 5 years from now.
So
that's a fiance, right?
Right. When somebody asks you.
So if I fuck you and get you pregnant and we just kind of hanging out, we never mention anything about marriage, is that a fiance or is it just polite to say?
I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, all right.
Your fiance is when someone asks you to marry them, and you set up a date and plans to actually get married. So I want to marry you. Let's do it June 5th next year. And gives you a ring. Oh yeah, if you give me an engagement ring, now we are officially engaged. That's an engagement.
Like, I don't like wedding rings and all that stuff. So
some people, have a ring, an engagement ring, and some people don't. But the whole thing of the engagement is when somebody asks you to marry them.
So we have an engagement to get married.
So and we set a date.
Right.
But to me, I feel like if somebody asked me to marry me, asked to marry me, and I don't know, maybe that still could be your fiance, but not just dating. I
just believe that we're in such polite society that you hate to say, her old man.
Right. People don't want to say that.
Baby daddy, because I don't believe that, your fiancés with every fucking body. Everybody is not a fucking fiance. I just really don't see it.
Well, shit. People don't always say fiance. They say my straight up hubby. My hubby. People say hubby. Girl, my hubby in the bed. He's sleeping. He better get his ass up. Girl, how long y'all been married? Or we ain't married.
Yeah, it's like.
But people do that all the time.
And how can you be wifing to somebody that you ain't really
but I guess shit. There's common law marriage.
That takes 7 years in most
states. Some people be together 7 to 10 years, I guess. Some people be married, be together that long so they can you after that time you're common law married. You can say my husband, shit. You don't have to even say fiance. That's your husband. Y'all been together for more than 7 years. That's your common law wife. That's your common law husband. That still exists.
But doesn't it make people kind of pissed that are married and are people who want to get married? It's like, no, you're not my fiance. No. We've never made no engagement. We are together. If I was a woman who hadn't been married and this man is talking about this is my wife, I'd be quick to correct him and say, hey, I'm not your wife.
Oh, well, yeah, some people do. Because you're not gonna...
And I'm not your fiance. You've never offered me anything about our marriage. Are you offering me marriage right now? Because if you are, then we go down just a piece and get this done fast.
Right. That actually happened with my sister a long time ago.
No.
Her then boyfriend, was walking around, that's my wife. I'm like, girl, when y'all got married? Because I must have missed it. But I don't have a problem with it, because if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I find that a lot of the women who do that, they enjoy, they're not going to correct their boyfriends because they enjoy, him. Oh, he saying I'm his wife.
You get used to less for more.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not. You're taking less because there's no marriage here,
right? And you don't ever think.
And he's getting more. Because he's getting all the loving he wants. Right. He's getting all the food.
Without putting a ring on it.
All the, free place to stay and all that stuff. Or vice versa, just to say, fiance. I don't really believe that it should go like that. I really believe that we should stop being polite and just tell the truth.
Say what it is. Say what it is. My baby daddy or this my man.
Yeah.
This
my sex buddy.
My lover or something like that.
My sex buddy. We're sex buddies for right now.
So
we may be changing partners soon. It's true. Right. But anyway, if anybody has anything to add to this conversation, please do so.
I don't really,
because I want to know how you feel.
Yeah,
about
like that. Really, because
really you're just sex buddies.
And you hear a lot of people. Well, some people have children together and live with each other. That's not a sex buddy.
Well,
Well, you might consider
It's a
that.
sex buddy.
But when you have a, there's
But I think
more.
we've gotten so used to letting people go in society that even women now say, I don't want to be married.
Yeah.
I think it's because you don't think no one wants to get
Well,
married.
for some, but you can't generalize. Some women just don't want to get married. Some women feel like they don't want to do that. And they just want to be, they don't want to have, that title or the responsibility that comes with it.
But then you can't say somebody's cheating on you if you're just shacked up. We have no agreements here. So I can literally fuck who I feel
So
like
you think
fucking.
when,
And
like with these basketball players, I'm just using them, and they have these women that they've been with and have children with them for 10 and 12 years, and they're talking about, oh, he cheated on me with this side piece and on this jump off. You think they really have a valid
because how can a side piece be how can you
So you think that
say
the
that someone's a
baby,
side piece when you have no
so you
formal
think
agreement with this man?
that the women who be with these men for 10 years and they don't marry, but they have kids with them and everything, they like a side piece too? Would you
Yeah.
consider them a side
Because
piece?
if he goes off and marries somebody else and fucks you, if you're, have babies with him and you still feel the fire for him, then you are the side piece. It doesn't mean that. I've sat there and heard someone call Drea
Drea.
a side piece
Yeah.
and piece of ass action and that's how you get down. Well, y'all were never married, and she's never been married to anybody. So if a man can go and screw anybody he want, and he's not a whore or a side
Right.
piece or anything, then why does a woman have to be a whore and a side piece? It seems that women, y'all do it to each other. It's like you call each other that girl on Love and Hip Hop. She's like, yeah, I was just out having sex, and Fab kind of wanted to have sex, and I was about it, and the girl's like, so that's what you are, that's how you do.
What? And
Well, that's how he do.
Doing it. He doing. See, that's the thing.
He didn't have any formal agreement with you outside of we have a child together. That's why he went on and fucked that girl.
But she felt like, but see, like I say too, these dudes. You don't know what these dudes be telling these chicks because they be.
I don't think they tell them anything.
Yeah, I think they do. Sometimes they tell them.
Because you have to be blind and missing an eye.
These dudes
and can't hear to not know that this person is screwing somebody else. He has millions of dollars, millions of women running up to the stage nightly. Right. He's gonna fuck somebody, especially if he has no sense of commitment to anybody.
Right, but just listen to this. Do you think that he approached her and she'd been with him for years? You think he approached her in a way where he just let her know, look, you just gonna be my side piece and that's it? Or he approached her in a way where he looked at her and thought,
that's the thing.
Maybe I want a life with you and all this, and then but you never said marriage. He may have not said marriage, but he said you my main chick or whatever. They be telling these
listen
people,
to it. Listen to the men are very, very good at what they're doing, what they say. Sure it's like you my main chick.
But see,
that means that opens the door that you understand that there are other chicks, but you are the main one.
But Kerry, at the same time,
you are my baby mama.
But
my main squeeze.
Before you became the baby
I have
mama,
other squeezes.
But I don't think that they just straight out tell. I don't think all men just do that.
I think those ladies straight out know.
So you think?
I think that you know that
So he told you think that he straight up told her, any of them, look, you're not gonna be the only one. I'm gonna be screwing buku chicks.
I don't think it happens like that. No, as much as you already know what I'm doing. We didn't have enough fights and fusses about me fucking these other women. You already know about this. Don't play like you don't know.
Maybe not in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know, and then as the relationship progressed, they started seeing it.
But I just wouldn't look at a young man who's been disadvantaged in many cases his whole life. He came into a lot of money, a lot of power, a lot of pussy. Those three go together, and that's what happens to him. An older man would even do that. Power and sex. Look at Herman Cain. Power and sex.
Yeah, but I know
it's always the same. It's always the same with everybody.
I don't think that every time initially these women, I want to give the women some benefit of the doubt that you didn't go into this thinking he was going to be screwing everything.
I think it would be more beneficial to give them the doubt that, hey, I agreed to this.
Now I know there's some who just straight say, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to try to get pregnant so I can get paid and blah, 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 and they move on. But I don't think that all of them go into it like that. Look at, they wouldn't be distraught like this. Some of them chicks, that one chick is distraught. She like, crying and tripped out because maybe he told her something different. Maybe he made her think she
It's a
was going to be the one.
possibility.
You know, but I
But
just
when
feel
you
like,
sit down
look,
with somebody who has millions of dollars and power and he can get up and go anywhere he wants or she can get up and go anywhere she wants, then you got to know that if I don't have any direct agreement with you, we've never talked, you skate around it, but we've never talked about this, I can do what I want.
I just
That's
feel
how
like,
people always say, well, when you ask somebody, well, how'd you guys say, oh, it just happened. Because we don't have no formal agreement here. So we want things to seem like it's spontaneous. I just spontaneously fucked her.
I just feel like if you didn't have an agreement and you just thought that, you know, if they made you feel like you was the only one, or you just went into it thinking, oh, I'm special because I'm gonna have a baby for him and I'm gonna
I'm special because you think I'm the one who live here. So
I'm saying
he wants to be with me. We never talked about it. I'm living here.
I'm just trying to say that if you went into it thinking that you were, you know, different from all the other ones, and he gonna end up marrying you, and then 2-3 years go down the line, because it shouldn't take no more than 1 year for you to figure that out. So 2-3 years go around, pass, and you know that he's screwing other people, and nothing changed. That's when, if after that, if you stay and you just constantly getting fucked over, then that's on you. Then that's your fault. Cause and I know what happens. They, especially in the celebrity realm, y'all get used to the lifestyle. You get used to the money. You ain't got to work. You at this house and you complain about him not being there, but you're not. And then you want to complain about, oh, I got these children for him and he don't care enough about me to marry me. You put yourself in that situation because you should just leave him alone. Don't worry about all the rest of the shit and be getting your shit together and planning on and getting the hell away. You know, because if you don't want to take that kind of stuff and it's hurting you that bad, leave. And if he don't want to marry you, leave. It don't make no sense to put yourself through all that. But I just have to still say, some of these dudes be telling these women a bunch of lies and bullshit and making them think that they want to marry him and you the one and all this. They don't just walk in all the time. This one I'm gonna do. No, you be lying and making these women think that shit. Does
somebody lying to you stop you from having your own mind?
No, but it's like if you
having
tell
your own
it gives the women hope, because a lot of people. You made me realize, and I experienced that shit, especially in our culture. People, or just in general, people don't get married and people don't stay married. So if for somebody to marry you, that's a big deal, you know. Mm-hmm. So it's like,
but it doesn't stop you from being able to see that this person is telling me this shit, but I keep on finding panties and lipstick.
But that's why they give them a chance.
Last time I went to go and
give them a chance,
look at him, I seen lipstick on his cock.
They tell themselves, you know what? This is
maybe he gonna change.
He gonna change, and this gonna go through, and I'm just gonna stick with him, and I'm gonna ride with him, and he gonna marry me. No, and if he was doing it when you met him, he ain't gonna change once you get married.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I don't think marriage does not change a person. Whoever the person is when you met him is now. I do believe that people can change, but it's something that you gotta want to do. Like if you feel like, oh, I'm ready to be different, I'm tired. That has to be within you. But you just can't expect nobody to change just because you marry. Marriage itself doesn't change people. It don't make you, oh, I'm married now, I'm going to do right. And that's what a lot of people be thinking. And that don't know that it's not true.
That's not how it's going to
happen. That is not true. People are going to change when they're ready to change. And there's no specific date or time on that. So when you meet somebody, you know, that's why I do feel like when you meet somebody, you have to present to them your truth. You have to tell them who you are, what you like, what you don't like. You have to present, because a lot of people lie, and I really don't condone that, because I think that that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing to lie when you're meeting people. Let a person know up front who you are and what you're about. Look, I want to be married. I want to have kids, whatever it is. Don't act like you don't want that, and then when you get with them, you bring it up, and then that person say, well, I thought you didn't want kids. I don't want kids, or I don't want to get married. You need to be upfront with what you want and let them know. And if that's something that they're interested in, then they'll pursue you. But if it's not, okay, nice meet you, bye.
Yeah.
You have to, because that be the problem. You don't want to lead somebody on, making them think that you're this way and you're really not, and then just marry them, and then it be cause a conflict later, and then y'all divorce because you can't deal with it.
Yeah, I just think we really need to stop being polite and stop saying fiance when it's not really
we
fiance.
Went from fiance to...
It is literally, we are sex buddies. We have haphazardly started living with each other. because everything's supposed to be spontaneous.
So you really feel like people who are
I
in
think
relationships
sometimes
living together, they shouldn't. That cheating is don't. It
I
ain't.
don't think it's cheating because we don't have any formal agreement with each other. We don't have anything
What
that
about
makes me
respect?
responsible to you.
Respect that person enough that
Look,
y'all
when you
are
go to a
together
job,
and y'all have
when
kids
you go to a
together.
job and you have a boss, somebody's bossing over you. They give you a SOP and you read through it. If you do, if you're a reader, you read through it and you know how to function on this job, and we have a general understanding and agreement that this is how we're going to function. In relationships, nobody writes anything down. Nobody sits down and talk about anything. Nobody's going to say, hey, look, every week I want 2 blowjobs. I want a little anal. I want a little sex every night. You know, shit like that. And then the woman says, well, you know what? You can't get no anal. I might give you 1 blowjob a month and, you know, a little sex every 3 times a week. What about that? All right, hold on. Let's renegotiate. All right, what about 2 blowjobs, 4 sex nights, 2 blowjobs a month? Nobody does that. Nobody says, oh, yeah, and you're going on the job, you say, I'm going to get paid this much. In a relationship, no one says, this is how much I'm going to take.
So you think it should be negotiated front? You should
I
say,
think
hey,
there should
this
be
is.
negotiations right in the beginning. Right when we realize that we're going to go on a date, know where I'm at, know where you at. I don't want to throw too much shit at you, but know where I'm at, know where you at. If you're thinking about getting with me and having sex with me, then we have to open up a new bag of worms. Who you done fucked? This is who I fucked. Then, you know, it's we will do more shit to get a job than we will for a relationship that you're supposed to be with a person you love. You know what I mean? There's no talking, there's no negotiation, and then this person comes up and say, I didn't know that was a problem. I didn't know it was a problem that I have to call you when I'm going out with my girls and let you know that I'm out.
Some people do know and they just
It's
don't.
like I didn't know it was a problem that I had to tell you that I'm gonna be, you know, hanging out with the fellas tonight, and I might stay over by, you know, Ramon them, and, you know, we have a whole weekend chilling. I didn't think I had to tell you that. And then that's where the problem starts playing, because nobody talked about anything in the beginning. But that's just me, and it's just the way I feel. You guys have a great day.
And you know, leave your comments. Let us know what you think about this topic.
Yeah,
Because
especially if you watched the whole video.
don't
Don't leave
know.
a comment if you didn't watch the whole video. But I'm pretty sure if you watched the whole video, you heard this part.
Yeah.
So y'all have a good one. Bye.
Yes.